Yeah. Yeah. Everybody standing? All the men in the room go, hoo, hoo. Damn, I think the women can do better than that. All the men in the room go, hoo, hoo. I don't know, women, are you ready? You think you can compete with that? You can compete with that? Women, can you compete with that? All the women in the room go, hoo, hoo. Damn, gentlemen, I don't know what's going on. Everybody take a seat. Everybody take a seat. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. I remember last time that I was at an event, I was in the back, like the way back, right? And somebody says, everybody's standing, and they're like, why isn't he standing? And I was like, I am. I guess. Short joke, whatever. Just figured I'd start it off that way. How many people in this room are in sales by round of applause? How many think you're not? So is everybody in sales? You know, it's funny you say that because here's the deal, right? The statistics are pretty simple. They say that right now, 1 out of every 9 people are in sales. But here's the interesting fact. Of the other 8, those people spend 47 to 62% of their time influencing and persuading people to do stuff. So I'm going to ask you again, are you in sales? Yes. Can we all agree that we're all in sales in one form or another? Yes. See, I don't have a lot of time up here, so we're going to put a lot of information really, really quickly into a small package that hopefully you get a big bundle out of, okay? So if you're not writing stuff down, you're not recording, please do so now, okay? I want you to take notes. I tell my sales teams this all the time. You got to pay attention, okay? So the art in sales is how do you actually nudge people to do something without actually pushing? Right? And here's some cool stats. Do you guys know that if you're a server, right, and you actually repeat the guest order word for word back to them, the tip rates go up by 73%? 73%. Pretty amazing, right? How about this? If you just ask somebody, how can I help you? When they walk into your store, ask you about your service or product, sales go up by 31%. Pretty nuts, right? How about, do you know that consumers have a velocity? Have you ever been into the department stores where the aisles are wide and then there's thinner aisles, et cetera, right? You guys know that's done for a reason, right? I mean, they got enough money to make all the aisles the same size. Would you agree? Okay. It's crazy when you walk through a wider aisle, right? Like the women's shoes section. They definitely want you to slow down, yes? Perfume section, stuff like that, right? How about narrow aisles, right? You know, how many of you have been to Walmart and you're walking through a narrow aisle? They're made smaller to kind of speed you up through the store. They're guiding you. They're nudging you in the right direction, right? But there's nothing there that they really want you to buy because the margins may not be high enough for you to actually slow down. But what if they move something in that section? How do they stop you in places like Walmart and Kmart? So how do they stop you if you're walking fast through an aisle? Bins, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. Stop. When you're going through Kmart, Walmart, like Jason's in back, he's like, I would never go to Kmart or Walmart. You're full of shit, Jason. Here you go, right? So when you're walking through Walmart, how do they stop you? It's the bins, right? There's little DVDs, the candies for $1. The DVDs are $3, right? They're really cheap, right? And you stop and you usually walk in your home, ooh, wow, DVDs, $3. And you pick one up. Or 2, or 3, because they're so cheap. A, they're trying to move that product very quickly. B, they're trying to slow you down in an environment where they're trying to move a product that they either haven't moved or it's a new product that needs to be placed there. Do you guys know that we're all impulse buyers? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. How many times have you gone to the grocery store? I just got to pick up a gallon of milk. And you come back with what? Who said it? $300 worth of shit, right? It's every time you go, I tell my wife, babe, I'm going to get a gallon of milk. She's like, sure you are. Because here's what happens, right? Where do they put the milk, the eggs, the meat? Where do they put it? Say it out loud. Wait, someone over there, whoever said refrigerator, thank you for the obvious. Must not look that smart. Okay, so yeah, they put it in the back, right? Because what happens is you walk through the entire store, right? And you're passing the chips or the salsa or candy bars or energy drinks or soda. So when you're going through the store, it's all the way in the back. When you turn around and you walk back through, you get more shit. It's sales. The grocery stores are selling you to buy more stuff. So that's what happens, right? How about this? If you have two items for sale, right? You have a large item and a small item. Which do you think most people will buy if they have two choices, a big item or a small item? Which do you think? Definitely a small item, right? They don't want to make a bad decision, right? So they don't want to spend way too much money on the bigger item, so they buy the smaller item. But how do you get them to buy the bigger item? We're going to talk about price in a minute. It's definitely not the price, but I'll tell you what it is, okay? You can tell them all the features and benefits and everything about how that big item makes sense for them to buy today, but because most people are scared to dump that type of money into the bigger item, they're going to buy the smaller one. But what if you offer them a third item, one right in the middle? What would happen then? See, statistics show that when people are offered three items, they're going to buy the one in the middle because they don't want to buy the one that's too small, may not be enough. They don't want to buy the one that's too big because it may be a waste of money. So I'll just take the one in the middle. If you don't believe me, go to McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King. How many choices do they give you when you're buying meals? Where do you think the most profit margin is? In the medium. The medium-sized meals. That's what people buy most, right? How about this? Do you know that by simply touching someone, sales can increase by 51% for that emotional or physical relationship between you and your guest or buyer? Just by coming up, just touching their hands, something like that. I mean, listen, guys, don't fondle. Bad idea. Okay? You will not get the deal. Don't rub, don't fondle. Just touch, I said. Sometimes I have to explain these things to people. How about when you look at people? Let me ask you guys a question. What do you think the percentage of the time that your client is looking at you when you're offering a product or a service? How much percentage do you think? 40, 50? What do you think? Somebody yell it out. 50? It's 75% of the time that client is looking at you. Now, here's the interesting part. How much time, percentage-wise, do you think you, the seller, is looking at the buyer? It's 18%. And those numbers keep going down. Why do you think they're going down? Phones, technology, iPads. You're too busy looking at your data sheet or your brochure or showing them online the product because the old pen and the piece of paper used to be the way to do things because you connected with the buyer. That connection is softening. So here's the deal. You want to get more sales? You want to sell more? Look at them more often. Statistics show that when a seller is looking at a buyer, 50% of the time or more, sales will go up by 23%. Guys, these aren't just small numbers. These are massive. Now once again, don't go for the 100%. That's just weird. You're just staring at them the entire time. Don't do that. Right? That's kind of like the touching thing. You don't want to do that, right? But there's really 5 reasons why people don't buy, right? Write this down. No money, no time, no need, no urgency, no trust. No money, time, need, urgency, trust. Now, whoever said price earlier, don't tell me it's about the price because it's never about the money. Statistics will show that all that happens when a salesperson or someone is trying to sell a product on a larger scale, they immediately drop the price, which does what? It cheapens the value of the product or service that you're offering. It literally enhances their entire fears of what they thought was going to happen to begin with. So we think if we do a drop, that's a sale called the drop product, right? And we drop the price, they're going to instantly jump on it because of greed. You could argue that 5 to 10% of the people don't have the money. I'll agree to that, okay? But it's never about the money. For instance, anybody in the room, name an exotic car that you would die to have. Anything super expensive. Somebody yell it out. A Bentley. Good choice. Very good choice. If I told you could have a Bentley for $25 a month, would you buy it? Everybody say hell yeah. It's funny, we haven't talked price or terms yet. But here's the deal, right? If that Bentley that you had that emotional attachment to, you wanted it so bad, you saw the value in that product, right? If you wanted it so bad, it wouldn't matter if that Bentley was $9 billion at a 499% interest rate because it's only what? $25 a month. It would rot in your kid's driveway, your grandkid's driveway, your great-grandkids' driveway. It would just stay in it for $25 a month forever. Because it's not about the cost of the product, it's about making it affordable. So if you offered a $100,000 service or product, but they can afford to pay it monthly through financing terms and stuff like that, it's not technically about the price of your product or service. It's making it affordable to them and their lifestyles that they live. Now, we'll switch it up. You want that Bentley. If I told you it was $80,000 down today and $49,000 a month to buy the Bentley, would you buy it? Does it run? I hope so, for $49K a month. But yeah, you wouldn't buy it, right? Because you just don't see the value in doing it. So it's never about price. So don't tell me it's about the time, because if I see the value in the product or service you're offering, I'll make the time to be there without question, okay? Don't tell me I need it. That's not enough. Urgency. Urgency is how you say things. We don't have enough time to go into this, but I'll make it real quick. Let's say that you are a window salesman, right? And you walk into a home and you're trying to sell a whole new set of windows in a nice house. And what you do is you go around the entire house and you pinpoint the energy deficiencies in the house. And you hand them a sheet, and you say, AJ, here's your sheet. Your house is deficient. Would you like new windows? Could AJ say no? He can say yes or no, right? Now, let's switch up the scenario. You walk into the house, you do an energy deficiency test, you see where the energy deficiencies are at the house, you go up to the homeowner and you say, listen, I've just done an energy deficiency test in your house. You have so many deficiencies that it's like having a hole the size of a New York Jets stadium open on your roof, like the roof's not even there. I'm going to ask you a question. If you had a hole that size in your roof, would you want to fill it?
Hell yeah.
You can't say no. It's asking questions to lead people to the direction and point of sale that you're trying to get them to. It's how you ask the question. Right? For instance, if you're offering a product with high interest rates, you're offering 29%. Someone throw me an objection on that. Say you don't want to pay 29%. If 29% if the interest rate made sense to you, would you do it today? Yes or no? Okay. What if I told you, oh, you can get a refinance, you can do this, go to a home loan. All you're doing is putting yourself in a position to hear a yes or no, right? But if it made sense to you, if they say yes, it's handling the real objection. If they say no, you waste way too much time handling the wrong objection. What if it's about price? Man, if that price made sense to you, would you do it today? They say yes, then you've handled the right objection. If they say no, it's not the right objection, right? Now, wow, that was crazy. Okay, so no money, no time, no need, no urgency, no trust. If they don't trust you, they're not going to buy from you. How many people in this room have bought something from someone that you trusted and paid a little bit more, right? So here's the deal, guys. There's 3 golden rules, okay, to selling. Because I got 10 minutes, I'm going to make it quick, okay? You got to know how to ask. Or you got to ask, you got to know how to ask, and just keep asking until they say yes. So you got to ask. For instance, I'll give you a scenario, right? I just started dating my wife. We took a road trip. We're driving down the highway from Orlando all the way up to Niagara Falls. We just started dating, been together for a couple months, right? And I'm driving down the highway. My wife looks left at me. As I'm driving, I'm exhausted, 2 hours into it, can't drive. I hate driving. My wife looks at me. She goes, babe, are you hungry? I was driving. I said, no. Look, you women that know, I didn't know. We were new. I didn't know, right? I was like, so there's complete silence, right? We're driving, and then she goes, pull over the rest area. You know, and you women know what the hell I'm talking about, right? That code of silence you get, like, you just like, we're done talking. All of us men, we're trying to figure out what the hell we did wrong, and we feel like we didn't. She gets out of the car. She's stopping out of to the back. I said, babe, whoa, what did I do? She goes, I asked you if you were hungry. I said no. I'm an idiot, I know, right? She goes, well, you should have known. And I go, no, I shouldn't have known. You asked me if I was hungry, right? So hang on, man logic. All the men go, hoo. Okay, imagine me and Jason Cisneros driving down the highway, going up the highway, 95, going north. Jason turns to me, looks at me, says, yo, Todd, you hungry? What's he say? And I say, no. What's he say back? Pull over, I am. You gotta ask. It's easy. I mean, we can't read your minds, women, but we love you. All right, you got to know how to ask. Okay, I get my brand new Bentley. I'm driving down the street. Stop at a gas station. I'm in a hurry. I got places to be. I got meetings. I pull up to the gas station. I don't have my credit card. Pull up to the gas station, start pumping gas, realize I don't have any credit cards on me, have to go in to the gas station, which sucks these days, right? We used to stay in the car and wait for it. I go in the gas station. I'm in a hurry. What do you think happens? Long ass line, right? And I'm standing in line. I'm like, God, looking at my watch. I got to go. And all of a sudden I hear this little noise. Hey, mister. Hey, what kind of car is that? I look down and I see there's like 10-year-old boy sitting on a paint bucket. And I said, it's a Bentley. And I'm in a hurry. I'm annoyed. I know. I wasn't trying to be rude to the kid, right? He said, Mister, let me ask you, what size engine's in that car? I said, it's a V12, kid. It's a V12, right? Turn around, started still waiting in line. Hey, mister, let me ask you this. Why did you choose white? What color is the interior? How fast does it go? How fast have you had it? Ask me all a question. It's like the Inquisition. I mean, he's asking me a million questions, right? And the kid finally looked at me and goes, hey, mister, how can I one day have a car just like that? I got him, right? I got him now. I'm the sales guy, right? I'm about to close this kid. I looked dead in his face and I said, well, kid, if you work real hard, real hard, one day you too can have a car just like that. Kid didn't skip a beat. Stands up off the paint bucket, moves the paint bucket aside to reveal boxes of chocolates. I said, this little shit, right? So he gets off, reveals a box. He goes, mister, voice inflection change. Very important in sales. Voice inflection, up, down, changes during serious times, slow times. He's tying the emotion into it. But that's exactly why I'm here today, mister. Would you at least buy a couple boxes of chocolates? And I said, no. Okay, I ain't gonna buy no box of chocolates. I know some of you are like, oh, support the youth, Todd, right? I was in a hurry, right? I had no credit cards, just cash. I said, no. So he said, well, would you at least buy one? I said, all right, kid, look, I got 3 daughters. I'll buy 3. Give me three bars of chocolate. I'll buy the 3 bars, put them in my car. As I'm driving home, I pull in the driveway. I finally realized I just got hustled by this 10-year-old kid. I got closed. The kid says to me, would you want to buy a box of chocolates? And I said no. Then what did he ask next? Would you at least buy 1? I bought 3. See, in life, never ask for what you want. Ask for more than what you want so you'll get what you want. I said that fast. Write that shit down. In life, never ask for what you want. Ask for more than what you want so you'll get what you want. Huge, right? And just keep asking until somebody says yes. Because here's the deal, guys, right? When you were a kid and you wanted something, right? And you said, Mommy, can I have this? And your mom said, no, you can't have it. Mommy, can I have this? But mommy. And finally, okay, just go have the piece of candy. Yes or no, ladies? Right? Okay, check this out, right? Quick story about selling and we're done. I got 3 minutes. I can do it within 3. Here's what happens, right? The first time Jason meets Emily. Y'all ever heard this story? Look at everybody. It's like, oh, shit, don't tell them that one time. Okay, it's not that one. It's the other one. Okay, so here's the deal. Jason meets Emily, right? So Jason doesn't know Emily. Jason walks into the bar, right? And he walks up and he says, hey, how you doing, Emily? My name is Jason. What's he doing, ladies? He's selling, yes or no? You've been selling your whole life. As a baby, you were crying, you were selling because you wanted food, right? When you were a 5-year-old and you wanted candy, you kept asking until they said, yes, that's selling, right? When you're 16, you want to borrow mom and dad's car and you'll do the laundry, you'll mow the lawn, you're selling, right? Jason was selling. Then Jason says, hey, let me ask you something, Emily. What type of movies do you like? And Emily responded, Lifetime chick flicks. And Jason goes, me too. What's he doing? Say it out loud. He's selling. Oh, yeah, somebody goes, he's lying. You're right. Okay. Yeah. Definitely lying. Okay. Then he says, hey, Emily, let me ask you a question. What type of music do you like? And she goes, man, I like that slow stuff, that Boys to Men R&B, that slow stuff like that. She goes, you know what the stuff I'm talking about, Jason, right? Jason goes, no way. I like the same stuff. What's he doing? Still lying. Say selling. Say it louder. Selling. Then Jason says, I got a house in the hills. He goes, it's got a beautiful car. I got everything. I own businesses. I run growth events like Unstoppable. What's he doing? Say it louder. Now, Emily. Emily goes for the second date. Emily wasn't prepared for the first one. She gets up that morning. She's all excited to meet Jason again. She gets dressed to the nines, the heels, the sparkly dress, the whole 9 yards. What's she doing? Now, that's marketing. Completely different ballgame. I'll see you guys later. That's my time, guys. Todd Speciale. Pleasure to be here.